what's up? Before making this video, I thought air fryers were very dumb. Like somehow you're gonna tell me that that tiny little heating element and fan is gonna make my food faster, crispier, better, and healthier. That's a lot of promises. So in this video, I'm gonna attempt to find out if air fryers are cool or dumb by pitting it up against a regular pot of hot oil, also known as a deep fryer, and then I'm gonna make an entire weeknight dinner in it to see how it stacks up against my conventional oven. The first test was to replicate two of my more recent deep fryer recipes in both a traditional oil deep fryer and in an air fryer. So I breaded up 12 total mozzarella sticks, that's 6 for the deep fryer and 6 for the air fryer, and 12 pieces of Korean fried chicken, 6 for the air, 6 for the deep. For the mozzarella sticks, I laid out 6 pieces flat in one half of my new highly rated dual 4-quart air fryer. Then I hit them with a small spray of olive oil to help the heat transfer to the food. Without any oil here, the food would get splotchy and cook unevenly in terms of texture and color. The drawer goes in, and then from there I set the air fryer to cook on air fry for 15 minutes. For the fried chicken, I laid out 6 pieces in the other side of the air fryer, laying them flat because in my experience this stuff doesn't brown very well when you stack it. Then I hit it with some oil spray just like I did for the sticks to allow for more even browning. The drawer goes in, and I'll also set these up on air fry for 15 minutes because in my experience that's just about how long it takes most things that are breaded to get golden brown in an air fryer. For the mozzarella sticks at the stove, my pot was set to 325F, and I cooked all 6 sticks for 2 to 3 minutes or until I got an attractive golden brown color like this. For the fried chicken, I fried them for 7 minutes at 325F, then 5 minutes at 375F. This is the same double frying technique that I used in the Korean fried chicken video. By the way, the recipe for these mozz sticks and the Korean fried chicken will be linked in the description below. Time for results. Here are both mozzarella sticks sitting next to each other, and obviously the deep fryer ones took on more browning, and that browning is much more even. That's because they were in oil, and as a cooking medium, oil is extremely efficient at transferring heat to food. And as you can see, the air fryer mozzarella sticks are quite a bit less golden brown and kind of melted looking. Actually, a lot of the cheese ran out into the bottom of the drawer. I even made sure to carefully double bread each stick to protect against excessive cheese leak, and it still happened in the air fryer, probably because they cook a lot slower. But I know you're wondering, hey Bri, how does the flavor and texture of these two sticks stack up? I'll do the air fryer first. It's pretty crispy, but there's like no cheese inside. It's like mostly run out, so it's kind of like a shell of a mozzarella stick. Not really what you're going for. Tastes good though. Perceivably less oily too. Like it feels lighter. I know that sounds cliche, but you don't have so much oil like in your mouth, and that kind of is an interesting, kind of good experience. Now for the deep fried one. That's a freaking mozzarella stick, dude. It's super crispy, creamy, it's rich. It's awesome. Now for the air fryer fried chicken. It looks significantly better than the air fryer mozzarella stick, so let's see. Okay, I'm listening. The crispiness is different. It's like chewier and not like in a good way. I don't know though, it's kind of weird. But again, has less of an oil vibe for sure, so if that's your thing, might be sick. Deep fryer, fried chicken. Whoa, as suspected, it rips. It's super good. Perfect crispness, great flavor. The chicken inside is actually better somehow. It's like juicier. I don't know if the air fryer dried it out a little bit. As I expected, air fryers don't replicate the quality or texture of food that's been made in a deep fryer. But in some ways, it kind of does approximate it, just with less calories. So if you're somebody who counts calories or really pays attention to your weight, using an air fryer might be a good way to avoid excessive calories from fat. And maybe you want to buy one. But in my opinion, if you're really wanting something that's indulgent and crispy and a treat, just go all the way and make it in hot oil. The amount of prep is going to be pretty much the same between an air fryer and a deep fryer, and the outcome in the deep fryer is going to be miles better. But Bri, air fryers are so much cleaner than deep fryers. But damn, having a single use appliance on your countertop just to make less good fried chicken, that seems excessive, right? It is. Both are right, it's complicated. The good news is that I'm not really in the market for a deep fry replacement. As a grown-up who's trying to be alive for a long time, I don't really eat a lot of fried foods. So what I think is a more relevant way to judge an air fryer is to see how fast, how good, and how easy it is to cook a whole dinner in an air fryer versus a conventional non-convection oven. But first, I want to take a quick second to thank the sponsor of this video, Raycon. Raycon's wireless earbuds, headphones, and speakers have an abundance of great features, an almost custom comfortable fit, and they get up to 54 hours of battery life depending on the device. That's actually one of the things that I really like about my Raycon everyday earbuds is how long the battery lasts. We're talking a solid 32 hours of, what do they call it? Standby time, and up to 8 hours of continuous use. Right now, or I guess for the next month, Raycon is gonna be running a fun little thing they call Countdown to Christmas, which is basically just a pop-up flash deal every day. Think about this. We can finally gift our nephew that Bluetooth speaker that they've been asking for, and then also gift our sister / his mom some noise canceling work headphones so that she doesn't have to listen to all that stupid kids music that he's on. If you want to try this stuff, click the link in my description below or go to buyraycon.com/Lagerstrom to get 15% off site-wide with code HOLIDAY. You can also get this stuff at Kohl's or Walmart, but the best deals are always going to be at buyraycon.com/Lagerstrom. There you'll get free shipping, free returns, and a 30-day happiness guarantee. Now to make this meal, I'll combine a couple of heads of broccoli that I've cut into chunky florets with a long squeezer of olive oil and a strong pinch of salt. Then I'll do the same to a couple pounds of waxy potatoes that I cut in half, and then I'll grab 5 to 6 boneless, skinless chicken thighs and hit them with a few strong pinches of good old-fashioned steak seasoning. Then I'll load everything into a 425F oven. To make this same meal in the air fryer, unfortunately, right off the bat, I had to start with a big compromise. Since this air fryer can only cook 2 different foods at the same time, I need to cook one of the 3 items first. So I loaded up my seasoned chicken thighs and then threw them into the air fryer on the roast setting at 400F. Luckily, this air fryer cooked the shit out of these thighs. It only took about 10 to 12 minutes and one flip halfway through to get these thighs totally cooked and roasty like this. Now to keep these somewhat warm while I cook the veggies, I'll cover them with foil and then grab the double drawer setup from the air fryer and load up both sides with potatoes and broccoli that were salted and oiled just like before. This time though, I do see a potential savings in dishes here as far as the air fryer goes because I can just toss the cut veggies and potatoes with oil and salt right in the drawer. Now once they're in the air fryer, I'll roast them at 400F for 25 to 30 minutes. Time to compare. The oven chicken thighs here on the left are pretty much the same as the air fried ones on the right, but the air fryer chicken has a touch more browning going on and overall it's a little bit drier. But for a utility weeknight meal, I think either option is totally passable and I'm happy to eat either one. What about the veggies? Well, both broccoli options are well browned on the outside, but the air fryer version is really dehydrated and super chewy. I would eat it as an appetizer though if you gave me a bunch of spicy mayonnaise to dip it in. It's just not dinner plate material in my opinion. Next, the potatoes. Good news to report here is that they're both good, but the oven version is surprisingly quite a bit crispier. That's mainly on the sides that were touching the hot sheet tray for 30 straight minutes, and that crispness is good, but it doesn't last. After about 10 minutes, they get soft again. The only downside to the air fryer potatoes is that I had to toss them 3 or 4 times during the cook to make sure that they were getting cooked evenly. The oven potatoes didn't need to be touched, and they turned out perfectly. And when you put the chicken, broccoli, and potatoes all together on a plate, both the oven and air fryer options look like a pretty nice, nutritious meal. Flavor-wise, I'm happy with everything here, with the exception of the broccoli, like I mentioned. And as far as cook time, the oven took 32 minutes. I pulled out the thighs at the 20-minute mark, and the air fryer took 42 minutes. There was a penalty of that 10 to 12 minutes in the beginning for having to cook the thighs separately. So to sum it all up, was I wrong about air fryers? No, air fryers are kind of dumb. I still think a stove-oven combination is by far your best option to fry your food or cook your dinner, and unless you are very afraid of the mess or calories associated with deep frying, you're better off without an air fryer. But I do think that this device could find its place in your kitchen if you eat tons of convenience foods like pizza rolls or frozen wings or whatever else Ninja Turtles eat, or if you live in a tiny apartment and have a stove oven combination that doesn't really work for you, an air fryer would be a better option than a microwave or a toaster oven. One last caveat here would be that if you decide to get an air fryer, I would say definitely get a 2-drawer model, because for me, there's almost no utility in having a single drawer. I almost always cook more than one type of food at a time, and I'm just not willing to wait the 10 minutes it's gonna take to cook my food in batches. Anyways, let me know down in the comments how much you guys hate air fryers or like them. I'm sure you feel pretty strongly either way and want to let me know. As always, guys, thank you so much for your time and attention. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video, and we'll see you next time.